Good morning, everybody. I hope this is working. Will you please tell me if it's working for you, whether you have sound or I think we've got video. I think we're okay. I don't know. I'm doing it totally different this morning because there's some things I want to show you. So let me see if it'll pull up over here. But I need your comments. I need you to tell me if it's working because yesterday I did not have a good day. Nothing worked for me. Not only this, but several other things I thought, oh, what can happen now? And it still did. It still did. But then it ended pretty good. My day was good. It's just that several things in the day I thought, can this get any worse? Yes, yes. Okay, it's not pulling it up for me. So please, if you'll make a comment so that I can see. I'm going to scroll down and see if the comments will show up here. Sometimes the comments won't show up here, and I'm not really sure why. So I kind of depend on my phone over here so I can see the comments. Oh, Linda, thank you. Thank you for saying something. I can see that more of you are there. Thank you for coming. This is not the right time. This is not the right day, but let's go with it, okay? Let's go with it today. Linda, thank you for saying something. Please, somebody get on there. Make your comments. Please, I need them. I need them today. I need to feel your good vibes. I need something. Yesterday was kind of a rotten day. And now I'm going to be looking at the wrong camera because I've got many cameras set up in here. But today I'm going to try a different camera only because I want to show you close-ups. And the close-up camera does not work with my other system. So we're going to try it. I hope it works. I hope it works. Um, so we are having a hot summer. Not the hottest, but it's been the driest summer in 134 years. That's how long. 134 years. We finally got a little bit of rain last week when I wasn't here, so I didn't get to enjoy it. But we had a little bit of rain. Oh, darn. I can tell that this camera is going to show you all of my books up there and the stuff that I have that you don't normally see. So I apologize because it's an organized, I know it's there. I know where it's at, and I'm good. All right, so the comments really are not coming through. So overboard me with comments. Please overboard me so that something will come through because it's just not coming through. And I don't know, this is a weird time. My nose itches. What can I say? All right, I do have a fun fact that I just read this morning. I'm kind of intrigued by things that I don't understand, and I'm keep looking at the wrong camera, so I apologize. I'm really intrigued with things that I don't understand. I'm always wanting to learn more about it, and I'm thinking, like, this is really dumb. And if you can answer this for me, because I post this to some of the other educators at Baby Lock Tech, because I thought I had just gone through on a plane, and it was very cloudy, very stormy, and we were flying through some heavy clouds, some thick clouds, because there's those wispy clouds, and then there's the really thick ones, well, that you have to cut through. Well, we were going through cutting through clouds, and so what are clouds made of? They're made of water vapors, right? When there's fog down on the ground and you walk through it, you can kind of feel the vapors of fog, right? Well, so we're flying through these heavy clouds. Why doesn't the plane get wet? Why isn't it drenching? Why isn't it dripping off? Well, it can't drip because we're going so fast. But why isn't there moisture visible on the plane? I'm going to have to ask my 16-year-old grandson because he'll know, because I never did solve that one. But here's another fun fact. I was reading this morning that if you look out in the night sky, that you are seeing stars that are 4,000 light years away. That is so, they're probably not even there anymore, but I'm just barely seeing them. So the star that I'm just barely seeing was there when the pyramids were being built. Is that crazy? I mean, we're looking at history right out our windows. I think that is crazy, totally crazy. All right, the comments are not coming through, so that means you got to make more, or else I'm not going to be able to do this. Linda, it might just be you and me because your comment came through. The other ones are not coming through. And I can see there's lots of you watching. And so I do appreciate that. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Okay, you notice that I'm wearing my Baby Lock t-shirt. This is from Tech. Today I'm a sewing goose. I love this. And this. You know I love her. So at Tech, Patty and Maddie had this duck goose. And I'm going to call it, no, it's a goose. And they had theirs all dressed up in clothes. Mine's still naked. I haven't named her yet. She's still naked. And she's not happy with it, is she? No, you're not. But that's okay. We'll change that when I have some time. Um, but it was so cute because they would have their little goose running around, and I had my goose running around. Everybody had their geese running around because they gave all the educators one of these cute little geese. And I thought it was so cute. I think she's so cute, and she's going to be my mascot. When I was in high school, maybe junior high, probably junior high, I had a little rubber mouse that I carried around. I mean, I'm stupid, I know, but kids are dumb, right? And I would carry that around with me, keep it in my backpack or whatever we had. And my friends and I would tease with it and we would have fun with it. So now I have a goose. I don't have to have my rubber mouse. I can't even remember my rubber mouse's name, but that's okay. All right. Um, let's see. Is there? Oh, you know what? Baby Lock came out with brand new machines. Did you see that? There are some fantastic new machines, and it's so exciting. So first of all, they have the Venture 2. So that's, Venture 1, Venture 2. This one, if you are going to run a business, this one is a must-have. It has the 10 needle. It's a 10 needle embroidery machine, but it has certain features that will benefit your business if you're going to run a business. If you're not going to run a business, then it's just nice to have those added features. It really is cool. If you're into that, if you want to start a business, go into your dealer, check it out. Then we have another single needle embroidery only machine called the Reflection. And these new names are kind of hard for me to get used to. I think, now, what is this new name? I don't know, but we'll find out. The Reflection, it has got more features than the Pathfinder did. So wonderful. So if you're not really ready to take that jump into the Radiance, the Reflection might be just the machine for you. So check it out. All right, then we have the Splendor, which is, ta-da, a new serger, which, I love the serger. So this one is going to be a really one that I'm going to love. And I'm going to love going to events and teaching this because it is a cool machine. It is going to be just a step down from the Triumph. So if you're used to the Accolade, this is like the Accolade, but it's got a wider throat on it. I think you'll really like it. And one of the new products they came out with this year is going to be for the serger. So I'll show you that in a minute. And then the machine that I am really excited about is the Anthem. The Anthem. Now the Anthem is sewing only, but it has some of the features you'll find on the Radiance. Why not? It has that stitch regulation. The stitch sync regulation is what Baby Lock calls theirs. And it is wonderful. I've tried it. I've used it. I really, really like it. And I think you will too. And I have an event coming up for it. So if you're into that, if you want to do some sewing, maybe you don't really want to jump into the embroidery right now. Maybe you're not ready for that. That's okay. You don't have to be. But the stitch sync regulation on the Anthem is really a game changer, I think. You won't find this advanced of a technique on this kind of a machine. I mean, it's going to be our top of the line sewing only machine, but it's really a great machine. So if you're not ready to jump in to the embroidery side, you don't have to. But if you want just a sewing machine and you want just an embroidery machine, then here you have it. You got the Reflection for the embroidery, you got the Anthem for the sewing. So if you want them two separate machines, you got it. You can do it. You can be sewing while you embroider. And how often are you embroidering and saying, oh, I just need to sew a few stitches on this, or I've got to make a strap for my bag that I'm doing on my embroidery machine. Well, you can do it. You can have two separate machines, and these are two that will go together so well. So the Anthem and the Reflection. I hope I got that right. Anthem and Reflection. You'll really like them. So go to your Baby Lock dealer, try them out. Or if you want an event in your area, let me show you what I got going on in here because I'm really excited about this. I'm going to leave the tools for just a minute. I was going to do that now, but I'm going to wait. Look at this. Is this fun? This is done completely on the Applaud. Now, the Applaud came out last year, but you know that I still love it. You can turn that any way you want. We're going to do a plaid, right? Kind of a plaid, not really, just got one thing, but it's cute. And then we're going to do pin tucks right here, kind of, and we're going to lay them over. But this is completely done on the Applaud. This is an event project. So if you want me to come to your store, then let them know. Let your dealer know that you want to have these events. All right, here is another project. This is just a notebook cover. Let me see if, oh, I do have it right side up because there is a pocket right there. This is all done on the Applaud. Here we will actually attach fabrics together. So we're sewing them together. We're not pre-sewing them. We are going to sew them with the Applaud. Then we're going to do some applique. That's an event project. All right, another Applaud project because you know I love them. Here we go. Here is that plaid. Now this is flat only because the pillow's not in it, but this is a pillow. And we're going to do this beautiful plaid. I love the plaids. You've seen the other plaids that I've done. I really love this. This one will do really well in an event at your store, so come to it. And then we're also going to be doing stitching on the inside corners. So that's a technique that maybe you would not have known before. That is an Applaud project done completely on the Applaud. All right, now we have another. Here we go, Applaud again. I just can't get enough of the Applauds. I'm sorry, I just really love them. And this one we did last year, but maybe your store didn't do it yet. And maybe this is something you would like to do. Look at all the stitches you're going to get, and you'll be able to do those on your Applaud. I even put a zipper in on the Applaud. Why not? And then we have the handle, which is a belt loop binder on the Applaud. You bet. Everything on this is done on the Applaud. You will see how we can put that zipper in, and it is so easy. It really is. You'll love it. Okay, next we have, this is an Applaud event with the Triumph. So I showed you this last year, but let's look at it again. You're going to be doing ruching. You're going to be using the Triumph to do some decorative stitches, which is not something we normally do with the Triumph. Then we're going to bind it with the Applaud. And then we've got all those pretty stitches in there that you can do. We're even going to couch some yarn. So there's a good one. All right, this next project is just for the Triumph. So this is a sampler because you are going to be doing flat lock right here. You're going to be doing piping right here. You've got pin tucks over here. You have the flat lock wave on the inside, and then we're going to bind it with the wave stitch. So we're going to be doing a lot of things on that Triumph. You know I love them, and they are amazing. They are amazing. People do not use them to their abilities. Here is the new project. This one is flowers. So we're going to be doing the wave stitch right here. We're doing serger crochet, and yes, you can do it. We're going to be doing piping. We're going to do flat lock. We're going to do belt loop binders for the stems, and we're going to be doing some applique. So this is another project that your store can bring in, and we can hang out. I like that. All right, here is my anthem project. I really, really love this. Now this is kind of big. I'm going to hold it up. You won't be able to see it all at once, maybe a lot of it. There you go. And it's been folded in a suitcase because I just got back from tech, right? So this right here, this is done with the Stitch Sync applicator because you can see right here, we have done some applique right there, and we're going to stitch around it with the Stitch Sync app regulator. I love it. It is so fun. And when you try it, you will like it too. And then right here, we're going to be doing some leaves, but then right in the center here, we are going to be stitching down ribbon with the braiding foot. If you haven't done that, you'll like it. Then we've got some piping and we've got some ruching. I put ruching in everything that I can. And then of course we are going to be binding it with the quilt binding foot. And this is a machine binding. I do not do any hand binding. I mean, hand is actually just a 4-letter word to me. I don't really like it. I got to have my machine. And when I bind by machine, you really can't tell. You can see how nice that is with the top stitching right there. And you really can't even see it on the back. So Why do you hand bind? If you're going to put it in the fair, go for it. Hand bind all you want. All right, so the comments are still not coming through. That means that I'm going to answer them later. I can't answer them right now. I wish I could, because then I would know what questions you have. I'm so sorry. I tell you, yesterday was a bomb, totally a bomb. And I just got back from Baby Lock Tech, and we're there for a week. And it is wonderful. We get to meet all these retailers. We get to hobnob with the other educators. It is really fun. But we are going from 7 in the morning until 10 at night every single day. It's hard work. And maybe I was tired yesterday and I was pushing the wrong buttons. I could not get anything to work, not only here, but in other parts of what I had to do. I couldn't get anything to work. So it was kind of a recovery day is what it was. And so today I'm hoping that everything's going to be great. I'm going to solve all those problems that I came up with yesterday. And she's going to help me. She doesn't have a name yet. I'm still working on it. If you have suggestions, let me know. But I'm going to watch the comments later today. And if you watch this later, please make comments. And that way I'll know that it's at least working, because Facebook was not nice to me yesterday. Not nice at all. Was not happy, but we got through it. I kind of just walked away after several times trying it. It just wasn't working. I thought, okay, I can put this down. I can walk away and I can just calm down, right? Well, not that I wasn't calm, but was not working. But today, I think it's going to work. Please make your comments, whether you watch live, whether you watch later on, please. That will help me kind of to know what to do. So I'm doing this different today with different cameras because I want to do some close-ups. We've got new feet that we're going to talk about today. I want you to see them. This is one of them. This is an attachment. This is for your serger. It's a trim bin. Now, we've all been begging for a trim bin, right? Well, they listened and they heard and they brought one to us. So right here, you can see this is all one piece. This will slide under. You'll take out your needle catcher. This will slide into your machine and it just stays there. And the nice thing about it is you can see that there is room for the knobs right there. So none of your knobs are going to be covered up. And you can even open the door. See how it's at an angle like that? The door's still open. You don't have to take this on and off to change anything. The doors just pop down. It is wonderful. I love this because you want to catch your trimmings, right? Because they just get all over. And usually after I've sewn, I just leave them sitting there and then I scoop them up and throw them in the garbage then. But you don't have to now. You got a trim bin and it's going to catch it for you. Okay, so because I'm using different cameras today, because I got this new close-up camera, but it doesn't work well with my big camera system, but I'm hoping it works well here. So I'm going to scroll down, and I have not heard if the sound is good, so I'm hoping that we're still good. Okay. If this doesn't work, I am not going to be happy. All right, it may not work. It did a minute ago when I tested it. Okay, it is not going to pull it up. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to film it separately from this because it's not allowing me. Let me see if it will allow me here. Okay, give me just a second. Okay, it is not going to allow me to change. All right, I really wanted to. It's not going to allow me to do it. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to film that separately. So we're going to have a part 2. Oh, wow. All of a sudden, all of your comments came up. Some of them, ooh. Hey, so I'm going to go back in the comments. It's not going to allow me to do the close-ups. So I'm still going to do the close-ups. I'm going to still post that later today because I want you to see these new feet that they came out with. In fact, let me just kind of give you a preview. I've got them all sitting right here because I was going to film them. And I went to a lot of work to get this together today, and it's not going to work. So I'm a little disappointed. I'm a lot disappointed. But we're not going to call this a fail. We're going to call this a redirection. Okay? All right, so let me go back through the comments just briefly. Hi, Melinda. I'm so glad they popped up. I don't know why. I don't know why they just all of a sudden decide to pop up. They're not coming in my phone, but all of a sudden I have comments. So let me revisit those. Oh, Mindy Russell is here from Whispering Pines. Linda says my personal instructor. Oh, I wish. I wish so much. Isla is from Washington. Thank you. Show me the back of my shirt. There's no back. I can show you the back. I don't think there's, I've never looked at it. No, there's nothing on the back. It just says, isn't this a cute shirt though? It is so perfect. And so we kind of had fun. I mean, you have to look. I'm going to hold this up. You have to look at, she's carrying a bolt. Oh, I look funny. She's carrying a bolts of fabric and she's got that um, measuring tape around her neck. She is just darn cute. I really like her. She's even got a, let me come up here a little bit. She's even got her pins around her ankle and she's got needle and thread down there. So cute. Thank you. I love it. Quackery. I like that. The back of the pillow. All right. I had a lot of pillows here. I'm so glad your comments came through. If you're talking about the flower pillow like this is the back of the pillow. It simply got the belt, the binding. We use the binding tool on that one. The other pillow, this one was a pillow. So if I'm showing you the right back of them, so this one does not have a zipper in. It's an envelope style pillow, but it still works. It's great. Or this one, and this one I like because this one I put a pillow form in. I like the pillow forms because they're really tough and they're there and you don't have to do any hand sewing. But I really, really like it when I put fiber fill in because it's a softer touch. I like it. So this one I did have to hand sew because the back of it is just like this. I sewed it all the way around and I kind of like it. Okay, Linda, did that answer your question? Dolores from Alabama, I'm glad you're here. And Mindy said the sound is good. Thank you, because I can't change it now. Dang, I thought I had this all figured out this morning. I even did a test run and it worked. Now it's not. Oh, I don't know what to do. I love technology. I actually really do love it. I have a son who is in the Army and he went in the Army as a cyber security person. He still does that and he's almost ready to retire. He is retired because they retire at like 20. He is a lieutenant colonel, but he still works in cybersecurity. And the stories he tells me, scary. And so I've been intrigued. I'm intrigued by technology. I just don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand it, but I'm really intrigued by it. And I want to learn more. And even though I don't remember everything, those little tidbits I can remember, they get me excited. I think the world is changing. I mean, this AI is really taking over everything. I read this morning how I think Google has glasses that you can wear that record everything that you see, do, or say, or that's said around you. And they're only like $400. And they're glasses that you just wear. It's crazy. I don't know how it works, but I think it's really interesting. Um, but a few years ago when my son was here visiting, he talked about AI. Well, AI was totally foreign to us then. And he says, you see, AI is going to take over everything. You're going to see it's going to take everything. And you're not even going to know when you're watching AI and you're not. Well, it's there. We're doing it. AI is everywhere. You can't tell if it's fake or if it's real. And to me, that's a little crazy. That makes me a little uncomfortable. So, Norma, do I love technology? Crazy. Oh, Dolores says, I love your sign behind you. Thank you. I like that. My daughter had that made. I have very talented kids, very, very smart kids. And Patricia says, good morning from Oregon. And Dolores loves my shirt. I love it too. In fact, the day I got home from BLT, I went into a store. I was wearing it. I went into a store and it wasn't a fabric store or anything. I can't remember what, but the guy looked at me and he says, I saw that shirt yesterday. And I'm thinking, how did you see it? It's brand new. You didn't see it. Anyway, and Mindy, my shirt is adorable. It is cute, isn't it? Can we buy one of those shirts? I am not really sure. That is a very good question. I will find out, okay? I will write that down. Okay, I'll write that down. I'll find out. It might be available on the Baby Lock site or with your dealer. Your dealer could have bought a whole bunch of these. So, you know what? Just talk to your dealer. In fact, that is exactly what you'll have to do. Just go to your dealer and find out if they bought them at Tech, because we have them at Tech. They could buy as many as they wanted, and they could still go in and purchase more probably. So go into your dealer, okay, Dolores, and find out if you can buy it. And that will answer that question. If you have more questions later on, plug it in here because I will answer whatever you want. I just can't show you these feet. I'm really sad. I'm really sad. Okay, but I'm going to briefly show you right now. If you want to see details, I will do a video so I can have the close-up camera and you can see details on the feet, okay? But let me start with this one. You know what? Maybe we're going to be able to do okay here. This is a new ruffler foot. If you have ever, in fact, I think we're going to be okay. I think you're going to be able to see it well enough. This is the new ruffler foot. It's just new and improved. If you've used the ruffler foot, then you know what it does. But it's going to hook onto the shank right here. So you can see it hooks on. Let me go to this way. It hooks onto the shank right there. The shank will fit right down inside. If I had a shank here, you could see it. Right here. It's going to fit right onto the shank right there. All right? Right there. So it has several adjustments you can make. So what happens is that this right here will fit up on your needle bar. And as your needle goes up and down, it will cause the parts to move down here. And I'm not sure if I can do it without being on the machine. Okay, let me move this. All right. It's a contraption and it makes a little bit of noise when you're using it, so don't be afraid of it. But what you've got up here is that you can tell it how many stitches you want between each pleat. It's called the ruffler foot. That's true. So, but I don't think I would ruffle with it. I would pleat with it because this little bottom part, I hope I can show you, this little bottom part, as this thing goes up and down, do you see how that is going to go back and forth? This part right here. Oh, I can't move it. Okay, okay, there we go. It is going to go back and forth. And what it does is it's grabbing the fabric right in here and pushing the fabric through. So it will get it at increments because you get to tell it what increment you want. And it will go back and forth like that. And it pushes the fabric in and then sews over it. So up here you can tell it how many stitches between your ruffles, how close together you want them. And this dial right here tells it how big of a bite to take out of the fabric. So you can have longer ruffles or shorter ruffles. And pleats. Let me call them pleats. Because when you get into a little short pleats, it's going to look more like a ruffle, but it's going to be pleating it through like that. So I would call this a pleating foot, but it's called a ruffling foot. So you can call it what you want because it's yours, right? All right. I'm going to go to the adjustable zipper foot. Now, I don't put my zippers in with a zipper foot. This is a zipper foot. This is not the new one. This is what came with your machine, because when you put your shank on either side here, it seems a little wobbly, right? If you've used a zipper foot, you know they're a little wobbly. And that's why I just use my J foot to put my zippers in with. But they have a new adjustable zipper foot that is solid. Let me show it to you. Here it is. It's a little bit bigger, and you'll notice it is longer right there. So you're going to be attached to those feed dogs a lot better, which is what I like. And then right up here, how this one right here, you would have to attach it with the shank. You can see the two different spots you can put it in. This one is one solid piece. So this is going to attach to your shank, and there is a screw on the back right there. And you will open that and you will move it where you want the top shank to be. So you're moving the bottom part, but you're not really, because it's moving the shank back and forth. But as it moves that back and forth, you are moving this down here. But that makes it so when you put it where you want it to be and you screw that back in, this is one solid piece. There is nothing wobbly about this. This is a solid piece. So this one is very exciting to me because you know I love zippers, right? And there you go. This one will do it for you. Okay. Now I want to talk about this little guy. This is called the jeans foot right here. I want to get this up where you can see it because this has got a little bar right there, a little spring. And you have to make sure when you put this on that you put that spring in front. I'm going to put my shank on right here. That goes in front of the shank right here. It can't lay down or be in back or it won't do its job because right there, this has, I don't know if I can show you this. So this has little springs right there. There you go. And see how that is going to go up and down. So before, when you'd go over a hump or something, you have your J foot with the little spring right here, and you push that spring in, you'd go up over whatever you had to go over, and it would level out and come back down, and it would be good, right? And that's still good. But now you have this. This has the built-in spring. You don't have to worry about pushing the spring in on this foot, although you can still do that. That still works good. But this one, over thick fabrics, heavy fabrics, whatever you want to do, you're not ever going to lose contact with those feed dogs. I'm going to be using this one a lot because you know I like to do bags. So these are feet. They were made for me. All right, the last foot is made for me too. It's a serger foot. All right. This one right here, this one's called the compensating foot. All these names, I can't get them all. Okay, so right here, it's going to attach right on to your shank, right there, just like all the other snap-on feet. It's going to be there. But what it has here, and let me show you if you can see that, it's got three parts of it that handle your fabric independently. So there's three different moving parts here. So right here, I don't know if I can even show you this, but you've got this side over here that goes up and down, this side over here that can go up and down, and the middle part also. Not only are they flexible in the front, they are flexible in the back too. So you can see how it's doing that? So when you're going over fabric that is uneven, like a hem, where you've got some thickness around the hem, this is the foot you want because this is going to give you a perfect even stitching. Not that we didn't get good even stitching before, but this is even better. So this is one you got to try. This compensating foot, I really quite like it. It's pretty cool because it's got little springs in the front and it's got little springs in the back. So you are going to be able to do whatever you want to do with your fabrics that you want to. Okay, so we went through a lot of stuff already, right? Any more questions? I'm not sure where the questions are, at the top or the bottom. At least there's questions. At least we're getting some of the comments through. I don't think I'm getting them all, and I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not going to question the waves today because at least we're on. At least we're doing. Okay, one thing, we've talked about the 4 new machines that came out. We've talked about the 5, well, there's 4 feet, and then this attachment that came out at BLT. I talked about all the wonderful dealers that we met out there that I was able to have dinner with, have breakfast with, and just enjoy their company and learn about their stores. In fact, many of them knew about you. So I drop a few names and say, oh yeah, I know her. I thought, well, I want to come to your store because I want to meet her because she's one of my friends here. So reach out to your stores, invite them, tell them to invite me there because I would love to. I'd love to come. Love, love, love it so much. All right. So because traveling does start up, my first trip is in just a few weeks. So I do have some dates already booked. I'll be filling you in as the contracts are signed so that you'll know where we're going to be. Because I would love to meet you if you're anywhere near. And I would love you to come and try out some of these wonderful machines that you're going to fall in love with, I tell you. Once you sit down and use them, think, oh, wow, where have I been all my life, right? So that is coming up, and I'll fill you in as we go. But because of the traveling, so Linda, were you able to see? So I can show you, she wants to know if we could show the new feed on the machines at a later date and camera. We can show you with the machine. That would be a great idea. I probably could do like one at a time, because trying to move the camera around and do the different anyway. So I will do that. I will find a way to get these up close and personal on a camera on a machine so that you can see them work. All right, that'd be a great idea, Linda. Great idea. Okay, so we were talking about the traveling. Traveling is coming up, and I'm really excited. I love it. I love to go out and meet the people. I love to mingle. Love to mingle. One thing I am going to be doing, I'm going to be at the Houston Quilt Festival coming up in October. I think October 7th is when I'm flying out. So I'm going to be there. If you are coming to the festival, will you look for me in the Be Sewing booth? I'll be showing the baby locks. I'll be right there. If you want to see a machine, come on in, because we will talk about them, and it will be fun. It will be lots of fun. So that's one thing I do know that I've got down on paper. I've got my flights bought. I've got my hotel bought. So that's already done. But the other ones, the contracts aren't signed yet. So I will keep you posted, because I'd really like to meet you. I'd love to have you come. But because of all of that, and knowing that oftentimes I'm flying out on a Wednesday or Thursday, Wednesdays, I think yeah, I think a lot of times I'm flying out on Wednesday and then I get home like on a Sunday. So Buddy Chat, we have had, I don't even know what day. I don't know what day today is. Today's Thursday. I think we tried to have our Buddy Chat yesterday. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it and see if this will be more compatible with the traveling that I have to do, because I don't want to miss it. I still like hanging out. I still like showing you the wonderful things that I can do on Baby Lock machines that you can do too. So we're going to move it. And it's always temporary. Life is temporary, right? So we're going to go for Tuesdays at 5 o'clock. So we've changed the time. It's going to be 5 o'clock, and we're going to go for Tuesdays. And if we need to move it to a 6 o'clock, whatever works better for you. In fact, if you will tell me in the comments here, in fact, maybe I'll make a poll up if you want to do it at 5 or 6. And this is mountain time, because I'm in my mountain valley in Utah, right? But we'll go for 5 o'clock right now, but it might change, because I'm going to put a poll out there, and I will keep you posted on what we decide. So it's either going to be 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, whichever works best for you. All right, I'll do a poll. We'll do that in just a minute. Okay, things were not perfect today. They were not perfect yesterday at all. So today's better, and at least we got something going on, at least. But I'll get back to the regular cameras next week, hopefully, and it'll all work out. I don't know. Life changes. Technology changes every single day. I was so surprised that yesterday it wouldn't work. I kind of have an idea of why, but it doesn't make sense of why that would not make it work. So anyway, I'm going to take a deep breath. Take a deep, deep breath. Life does happen, Dolores. Life does happen. And you're saying 5 or 6 on Tuesdays is good? Okay, then you make sure you answer that poll, and we'll get it up and going, and we'll get it right. All right. Thank you. I haven't introduced her to the ladies yet. No. In fact, I haven't even gone out to see my ladies yet. It's only 10:39 right now. They're still okay. They're still probably waking up. Oh well. Oh well. All right. I'm going to say la vie till next time. And it looks like it will be on my calendar. It'll be next Tuesday, which is the 9th, correct? And it will be in the afternoon, early evening, somewhere in there. And very soon we'll get back on Project on the 10s, but I'm not quite there yet, but I'll keep you posted. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you at least by next week. Okay? Bye-bye.